Welcome back to my continued coverage of Salt Mine 3. We are in the EU bracket for Stage 2, and we're in the lower bracket. It's Vatira versus oKhaliD. These guys refusing to not qualify. Specifically, oKhaliD. He is a guy who I think coming into Salt Mine, I didn't really have performing terribly well necessarily, especially compared to a lot of the players around the top stages of Salt Mine. In fact, I would probably even go to say that he might have a tough time getting into, the playoffs, not finishing in the bottom two, but he has proven me wrong twice. In Stage 1 and in Stage 2, he makes his way in, just, I think, barely above the line to do so, but in nonetheless, as oKhaliD able to beat out Toxic and Atomic. In fact, oKhaliD was the guy who stopped that streak that Toxic had. He had 6 straight game wins against Rabas and Moxie in the pool. Those are guys who seem like they're going to finish top, and then he ran into oKhaliD. Seemed like he might continue. I mean, certainly of the 3 opponents, the easiest. But maybe not if you ask Toxic, because that was when it turned around for him in a bad way, and oKhaliD able to get a 3-0 sweep in that one. So he's up against Vatira, a guy who, again, finishes just outside the top 2 because of a tiebreaker. This time, not initial seed, though, so he can feel a little bit better about it. This time, it's a game differential that he finishes outside the top 3 on. Nas getting that slight edge over the top of him, and he could have fought back any one of those wins when he played Nas, but it was actually a 3-0 sweep for Nas on Vatira. So not only a head-to-head win again with the person that he was tied with, he's actually also tied with Zen, I see now, but also, at 0-3. So he can really look at his own game performance to wonder why he's not in the top 2, but he's got a chance against oKhaliD now. So that is how these guys made it here. And oKhaliD just seems to be a guy who clutches up when it comes to Salt Mines, because he played well in one Salt Mine 1. He's a guy with a Salt Mine victory under his belt. Played well in Salt Mine 2 as well, although I don't believe he got the win. I believe that was Joria's who got the Salt Mine 2 win. Definitely something I should know. Vatira, he's going to be attacking through the air and in the Octane, a rare Octane sighting. Oftentimes we can struggle to see those in ones, but Vatira has been playing really well. Vatira is the guy who comes in to this event without a ton of history in ones, but just a ton of history in being good at Rocket League. Turns out being good at Rocket League is enough, because he has done really well. We mentioned he was almost getting into the top 2 in pool both times, and I believe did advance to at least the next round in Stage 1. We'll see if he can do that again. Right now, oKhaliD is teaching him a lesson, teaching him how Salt Mine really goes, as he has himself up 5-1. It's interesting watching oKhaliD, especially if you go back and watch any of the Salt Mine games, from early, either when he won or even, more recent than that, the Salt Mine 2, because his playstyle has, of course, had to change a ton. It's changed alongside the meta of ones, but the extremely grounded bounce dribble type game that you'll remember from the past is not gone from oKhaliD's arsenal, but certainly not nearly as important to his wins as it used to be. There's so much more to being a top ones player now. A lot of that has to be done over the top of the crossbar, up in the air. Vatira only has one goal, trying to make it 2, and he does. A nice power shot across the whole distance of the field. Can Vatira get started? The kickoff win for oKhaliD. He does play his low boost advantage. He pushes Vatira into net, and actually just looks to try and slot top right. I mean, it's not much you can do if you're Vatira. He sets up in net pretty decently, and oKhaliD places top right, forcing a double jump off a low boost defender, and then he places top left, and there's just no way you're going to recover to make that save. It is a cheeky kickoff from Vatira that works out. oKhaliD recognizing the bump potential, challenging early, making sure to get a little piece of the ball as well. oKhaliD just diving as he reads Vatira. Wow, that's a great pre-flip. What a play from oKhaliD. Just absolutely reading Vatira's mind, stealing the ball away the moment it seemed like Vatira was finally going to have it, and then pre-flipping underneath that ball in order to score it. Vatira is going to get a goal to keep himself within 4, which is certainly a distance that is strikeable. oKhaliD shot dead center of the net. Vatira with the speedy recovery after the save, something that has become really a common tool in every single 1v1 player's arsenal. If you don't have that, you're in big trouble. Anytime you have to make those high saves, you got to have the quick recovery in net. What a demo. Vatira turning in towards the play to make sure to get that speed, you know, taking his trajectory, the exact perfect vector as the boost in order to finally get supersonic. Not that a bump probably wouldn't have done just fine as well. You always risk that bounce back into the ball with bumps. oKhaliD forced back into his opposite corner. Vatira will back up to the midfield, and it's actually going to back up all the way to net. Actually turn back. That, you know, very deceptive defense there from Vatira. Very unpredictable. Normally see it like that. Somebody giving a ton of space and immediately taking it right back. Oh, that's actually might work out. The fact that he got no power, got oKhaliD up in the air, but oKhaliD has a save and the counter, and it should be 8-4, and you know, probably a game win. I don't know if Vatira is going to try to squeeze one out. No, he isn't. Yeah, he's going to forfeit here with 27 seconds left to go, and we will hop to game number 2. Game number 2 in Vatira and oKhaliD. Vatira seemingly having enough of the Octane, recognizing the superiority of the Fennec in ones. Certainly has the best history in ones. So he's going to try it out here for game number 2. These guys playing in a best of 5. Looking to advance not just to get more money, but also get more Salt Mine points, as the final playoffs will be played based on total Salt Mine points over the entirety of all stages. So the group play into playoffs is how the first couple stages have worked. The final stage will have one more group play, but how you get into that playoffs is not necessarily how that final groups go, but how the total points go across the entirety of the events so far. So you could get your way into those final playoffs with just a good, solid stage 2. So both these guys want to have that. Vatira goal line save, kills the momentum. Wanted to get a quick recovery and clear it out before oKhaliD could come back and dunk it, but it doesn't work out that way for him. Vatira able to get a 1-2 punch, though, to bring himself right back into this game. Wave dash kickoff missed by Vatira. Tried to pop it over the top of oKhaliD, who actually had no trouble stealing it away. And we have another opportunity. He bumped Vatira, and we are watching, just so you guys know, the replays do keep the ball cam settings of the player that you're watching. So, you know, oKhaliD, he did not turn off ball cam bump and then get back to that. He just had the presence of where Vatira was, without ever toggling it off. And you know, maybe that could be uncomfortable for some, but not for guys like these at the highest level. oKhaliD forced to take off ball cam here, though. The ball directly above his head. Vatira, little camera check to see when and where he has to dodge the demo, trying to undercut oKhaliD. oKhaliD deals with it well, gets himself 100 boost. He's actually playing this dribble really slow, almost baiting Vatira in. It worked to get Vatira to dive. Vatira got just enough of it, though, to stop oKhaliD from getting an immediate goal. You can almost see oKhaliD's roots coming out here right now, as he really wants to slow this game down, it seems, and play with those card dribbles or on-card dribbles and the bounce dribbles. Vatira not allowing him to do so. Now on little boost, he's going to be forced back into his net. Vatira didn't get as lateral of an air dribble as he would have liked. A little bit too straight up and down. Means it rams into the ceiling, and he loses his chance early. Once he passed to himself, oKhaliD has the save. Vatira just barely could not force it over the top of him. Oh, he just forced oKhaliD into own goaling. He got oKhaliD to get back up in the air and dunk it in. So Vatira has himself tied perfectly halfway through the game. Vatira, high pop The little landing dash. Try and get back involved. And here's oKhaliD again. You can tell he's trying to really slow it down from his perspective. Just trying to bait Vatira into bad challenges. Don't need to be crazy with your outplays when you have that good of game sense. No better way to keep yourself in any game than kick off possessions. Vatira with this possession will play this bounce into the air. oKhaliD from the ceiling. You can see Vatira trying to adjust and get over the top of the ball to try and squeeze it down underneath his challenge. oKhaliD bumps Vatira. Can he throw him off enough? No. Hard to get the sustained bump on somebody like that, which is what he would have needed. Vatira saving his 34 boost. He's jumping up and looking to try and flip early into the ball to get a shot, but as soon as oKhaliD's up, just allows himself to fall to the ground, keeps his little boost advantage. This time he does get the bump. Has himself tied up with 1:23. oKhaliD kickoff win. I expect him to play this ground game. Yeah, that's just how he's been converting here. Like I said, it doesn't have to be completely removed from your game. It just has to be a part of it. You can't get away with it exclusively. And it seems very clear this game number 2 that oKhaliD has started to shift back towards his expert ground game. And he's able to punish Vatira by cutting that one to the net quickly. But Vatira, you know, we just keep going back and forth. He's doing what he needs to, which is winning kickoffs and converting in order to stay in this game. oKhaliD deciding to back off the ball. Not going to make a touch to slow Vatira down, and maybe a mistake that he would like to have back. It's really tough. You go to that ball and you make a touch on it. You're likely not getting boost quick, or maybe not getting boost at all, because that is how fast Vatira is going to be coming in to make a play. This time Vatira fakes, gets himself in possession. He's been doing this a bit more than oKhaliD, and it's worked out pretty well. And it's not too surprised to see that Vatira is running it now that he's in the lead, with not a ton of time left on the clock. He's going to try and back off this ball. Actually took a surprisingly aggressive take on that possession. I thought for sure he'd roll into the sidewall, maybe go for a long air dribble, protect it, not really try and score, but he actually just rushed it right at oKhaliD without a ton of boost. Did kind of the same thing again here, and now he's got oKhaliD attacking his net. Air dribble bump. Vatira flipped through it and did not get demoed, but did not get the save. So 11 seconds left to go. oKhaliD pre-flipping after tying this up. Just set up Vatira with the ball on a platter. Vatira got lost a little bit under the dribble, but these guys never have a tough time getting their way back. And now it's going to be overtime. A little overtime in game number 2 between Vatira and oKhaliD. One that I'm sure Vatira feels like he should not have been involved in. And an immediate kickoff goal means a oKhaliD 2-0 win. So we will head to game number 3 with oKhaliD with just one more to get. Game number 3. 3 between oKhaliD and Vatira. oKhaliD starting off the game with a booming shot off the kickoff at Vatira's net. And will he be able to get this one in? He will. Keeping the pace high as he turns back towards the play and gets the early lead. This kickoff forced straight up in favor of oKhaliD. Vatira, what a recovery for a save. You see that zap dash out of the curve in the nets in order to catch back up to the ball with speed. Clip of a demo by Vatira straight into his air dribble. That was actually an opportunity to pogo. I mean, I saw what Vatira saw, which is the ball falling far from the net. Not really a great bounce to play off the bounce. He needed to give it a bit more power and needed the shot almost right away. And that's what a pogo could have done for him had he connected with it. Vatira Sees his opportunity to steal a possession. His flick a bit high. oKhaliD, is he just going to punish? He is. Vatira wanted to steal the 100. oKhaliD had the wherewithal to recognize the open net and get the power he needed without any additional boost. Vatira, side flip as he attacks oKhaliD. oKhaliD able to clean it up easily. Should be able to get Vatira's corner as well. So Vatira's going to try and go the distance. oKhaliD on the side wall for the start of this dribble. Vatira doing a good job of playing it away from oKhaliD, and then the dunk as well. That was a well-executed dribble from Vatira. You see a defender up on the side wall, you're going to have a hard time getting down and making a good play on that opposite side of the net. That's where Vatira took it. He's able to score it eventually. Vatira trying to box out oKhaliD right now to prevent another goal, and he's done a decent job of that. oKhaliD actually getting around the ball and looking to try and play it back into his half in order to keep possession. Vatira will not allow him to do so. So now he's attacking oKhaliD from the ceiling. Gets the interception. Now Vatira not going for the bump, instead going for the protection on the 50. Gets a demo now. The ensuing play. Will he play this high bounce? No, he won't. Actually cut it off straight to the ground. A bit surprising. Vatira certainly prioritizing playing in the air before. Oh, nice back around the play. Great fakes the whole way, but oKhaliD unwavering in defense. Never panics. Ends up getting the save. oKhaliD, long clear after an extended bit of defense. One that did not result in any goals for Vatira, though. Vatira will start another attack. Oh my goodness, oKhaliD don't go. Yeah, that was just more of a testing flick to kind of get oKhaliD in net. Normally that's a double jump save, and you know, you look to see if you can score on the follow-ups. Sometimes you could just force the defender to double touching into their own net, I guess. So Vatira, a very crucial goal to tie the game up as we head towards the latter part of the game. Vatira threatened so many different things on the way here, but actually took a long time to bring the ball. oKhaliD playing really passive. Just lets Vatira get it all the way to the goal line before first contact, and 50 goes in Vatira's favor. It's such a expert flip to get this possession started. You know, Vatira's not going to score off of it, but it's those little things that often go overlooked. The perfect touch to get just the right amount of power to set the ball up on the wall and have his flip finish where all of his wheels are on the wall, and to start the dribble immediately. That's the kind of stuff that, you know, the best of the best are only really the ones doing at a super high level, and it's what makes them. You know, I think that right there is speed. You know, people talk about players being fast. Nice air dribble bump from Vatira, and obviously everyone's car is limited. It's capped off at a certain speed, so there really is no car that's moving faster, but it's those kind of quick setups, those kind of recoveries, and, you know, fluid movement that translates into people saying somebody's fast. And then there's guys like Nupa who just never let go of the boost button. So Vatira up 4-3, where he needs to be. He's been here before, though. Wasn't able to hold on to it. We'll see if he adjusts his playstyle. I'd say he adjusted greatly. Last time he just boomed the ball at oKhaliD. This time really passive, trying to pull oKhaliD in. oKhaliD actually kind of refused to be the first to go. He actually did convince Vatira to eventually take the ball at him. Now Vatira is actually in the orange half with 0 boost. Did that boost spawn for him? It did. It's a huge spawn for Vatira. Now again, he's playing really controlled. Instead of handing the ball over, he wants to keep it around his car, but he just lost it. And he has no boost to stick with the play, so he will reset all the way to the back corner. What a fake challenge by Vatira. oKhaliD just didn't even care about it. To be fair, it was kind of across the net instead of towards the ball. So oKhaliD did not panic. Delayed kickout for Vatira in a crucial moment. He's got himself a possession. and 100 boost. oKhaliD has actually done a really good job challenging from the ceiling. Vatira just goes for the catch, the bump. Air dribble bump on oKhaliD, and he somehow gets the save. My goodness, ridiculous save in a really important context. So Vatira will not get his first game win, at least not yet, as oKhaliD forces an overtime. Vatira left without boost. oKhaliD took all the boost on this half of the field too, so it's going to be just pads for him as he sets up in net. Trying to dash his way into getting a bit of speed as oKhaliD steals his opposite corner. Vatira not able to evade the demo. oKhaliD a bit too far out to take an immediate shot though. He'll go to the bounce dribble. We talked about the oKhaliD of old. He tried to slot, but actually missed. Can he recover in time? He should be just fine. It'll be oKhaliD still with possession as Vatira looks to close the distance. oKhaliD almost allowed Vatira to sneak one in, but ultimately his very calm playstyle paid off as he still made his save. Although he does never get his possession that he wanted. He kind of wanted Vatira to leave, get a dribble started. That's not the best setup for Vatira. One that he doesn't even try and go up and make something out of. He just goes for the boost steal and lets it be. Oh, Vatira. Is he going to be able to get back to this ball? oKhaliD just baited him up. That is just classic oKhaliD. He is so calm, so patient. We're going to go back and watch it again just because, of course, this is the way he wins. He just pretends to go for a hit on the ball. Vatira pre-jumps and just gets like floating in the air and then flipped back at the ball. And after that, oKhaliD having no trouble taking it in for a win. So oKhaliD, he gets the full sweep on Vatira in the playoffs. That means Vatira's eliminated. oKhaliD moves on. oKhaliD actually did not move on, I think, in stage 1. So a little bit better result for him as oKhaliD wants to prove that he's still got what it takes to work in the mines.